So today I'm going to walk you through the new Gemini app that has been renamed from Google Bard on your Google device. Let's jump in. So the first thing that you'll want to do is that you'll want to download Gemini from the Google Play Store. I'm not going to walk through that because I want to have my clean screen just clear so you can see stuff like that. Hopefully the pop-ups don't come in. Anyway, so I'm actually doing this the first time that you are. So we are going to get started, and this is what you do is you click on Get Started. And it's basically going to go through all of the agreement, the terms of service, generative AI terms of service. There's a lot of stuff. I've not read through all of it. My hope is that you don't spend time doing that either. If you're here, it's because you've been using AI tools previously. So I'm going to click on Agree, which I already have. So the cool thing about it right now is that you can actually add the Gemini app to your home screen. So I'm going to add that now. And I'm just going to add it to my home screen. We'll figure that out later. And the beautiful thing is you have a couple different options, right? So you can type, you can talk, you can share a photo, and it's going to save right here in this recent portion your basically cues, right, or prompts. And you can walk through all of those different things as you need them, right? So you can outline a social media post for my network. You can compare differences between pickleball and tennis, ideas for a friend on their birthday. So I'm just going to try this. Here's the response I get, right? So it's just information here, right? And you'll notice that I have a thumbs up, thumbs down. I have a Google, I can share, I can copy this. Now, if I hit that little Google button right down here, it's actually going to pull up that Google search and going to give me some results from Google, right? And this is the information that it gave us. So we're looking at who will win the Super Bowl tomorrow. That's the same thing as if I were to ask about Gemini, which I just did. So it's pulling up information there. So when I close that, I can go back to Gemini. Now, if I want to get more of a prompt from this and I want to learn from something like this, I would again go down to talk, type, or share a photo. Now, I think if I remember correctly, it's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New England Patriots both have 6. There it is, right? Highest winning percentage is Green Bay, 800% win, 800 percentage, or 80%, right? 4 wins, 1 loss. Miami Dolphins went undefeated. And then there was the huge one in Super Bowl 26, where in San Francisco dominated the Broncos 55-10. Obviously, you can go back down through there, right? So I'm actually going to go a little bit meta with this, and I'm going to ask it something else. So obviously it's going to get an answer here. Now I'm going to try something else. I've got this little toolbox in front of me. So I'm going to take a picture and see what it does when I pull this up. I'm imagining that Google is going to connect with online shopping, whether it's Amazon or Walmart or Target or whatever. I imagine that as I take a picture, so I'm going to take a picture of this little Black & Decker drill set that I have. And let's see what it brings up. I'm hoping and I'm assuming that it's going to do a pixel match across the internet and try and basically find out what this is and find it in stores, locations, different things like that. So if we go to Google, doing the same thing, it's going to pull up the Black & Decker. So if I click on Toolbox, it'll pull up a bunch of different ones. So it recognized the Black & Decker, but it didn't get very specific on what it actually is, and it's actually a drill bit kit. Right, so what it's telling me is if I want to explore all the features Gemini has to offer, I want to download the dedicated app. If you prefer a more hands-on free experience, using Gemini on your mobile assistant might be a better option. And so that's one of the things, right, that it's basically going to be connecting to Hey Google now. So let me see if I get back here, find my gaming podcast tagline. So we're just going to go with that. This is one of the suggestions that Gemini gave us. Again, Bard has now been renamed to Gemini. We're going to give an informative options, humorous options, intriguing options, and I'm going to go thumbs down on that. I don't love that. And it's going to give me some information. Is it unsafe? It's not factually correct. So it's actually learning from the feedback that we give it. So let's go back and look at some of these other. Plan a meal within my fridge. That was a big one when ChatGPT just came out. Obviously, I would have to go with that. Cauliflower, cucumber, and yogurt. Maybe some sort of smoothie. We'll see what happens. Rayata with instructions. Interesting. So, help me explain a concept in a kid-friendly way. Let's go with that. Why rainbows appear. And this is something that I could obviously give to my kids, right? And it is in a colorful way. If I want it to speak back to me, click on this. You should be able to hear it now talking back.
Imagine sunlight as a giant treasure chest filled with colorful gems. When sunlight shines through raindrops, it acts like...
We're going to pause that, and I'm going to click on the little Gemini button over here on the top left and see where that takes us. Okay, it doesn't take us anywhere. When we click on the three dots, it allows us to, nice, it connects with all of our other workspace items. We can export to Docs, export to Gmail, create a public link. We can modify the response. We can add other drafts. So I'm going to call all the way back here. And you'll see at the beginning I didn't have anything in my recents, and so now I have those three things that it's done. And this is kind of an introduction to Gemini on, this is actually, I am on a Pixel device, an Android device by Google, and it might look a little bit different if you're on a Apple device or a Samsung or another company's device, but this is just a little taste of what Gemini looks like on your phone.